Biggie, 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 can't you see?
Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. Today, Joey and I are recording live from the lab in Tama Base Camp. We have a ton of gear. We're sitting at a nice table you got, Joey. Actually, this Nitori table turned out quite well.
Yep, Nitori delivery. And actually, big news on getting delivery items in Japan. We were. There you go.
Back with
Big news. We were able to get a Japanese phone number, a SoftBank number. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there is a way to do it. And you pick up all the necessary stuff at either Narita Airport or Haneda when you land.
Yep, we're gonna do a Dear Diary series. A lot to catch up. A lot of random thoughts. It's great to be back in Tokyo. This house is. I was a little salty in the beginning. We landed. I landed in Narita. Joey landed in Haneda. We met up in Nippori Station and met up with Yo, our Akiyamart direct agent, and we took a 2-hour cab. That was like
Traffic.
brutal. And the entire time, Joey, you're like, just butt in, man. Like,
Should have taken 50 minutes. Yeah.
We're saying New York, man. You're trying to like just go up to
Or Italy. I mean, I learned everything about driving when my parents lived in Italy. But yeah, you know, the kind of thing, there's a merge up ahead and there's one lane that's empty, but everybody's in the lane to merge, and you do the jerk move where you go down the empty lane and then force your way in at the very end. That's what I thought.
This is Japan. You got to line up, buddy. Anyways, today we'll give a couple quick updates on our properties. I think things are moving in the right direction, I would say. So starting off, we're at Tama Base Camp again, 40 minutes west of central Tokyo. Took us a really long time on the cab, but it was only $100 from Nippori Station, which is pretty good. Like, how much was
like
a cab in New York?
1 man, 5,000 yen, right?
Yeah. It's like, wait, what's that? What's a cab in New York? Like 30 minutes or something? It's an hour?
I took a cab from Williamsburg to JFK. It was about 50 minutes, an hour. Yeah, it was $130.
Okay. So Japan's still affordable. I was a little salty again that our house was so far away, but now that I'm here, I'm very, very appreciative. Like, our place is huge. It's very clean. Joe, you did a great job. You got some good art. I'm looking at this like huge canvas Joey stretched and made a frame for. Maybe we'll use that as a photo, but good mirrors. Great job, Joey.
Thanks. Yeah.
We're almost ready to rent out this place, I'd say. We just assembled a nice working desk. I have the same exact desk set up in every place I'm at. So very comfortable.
It's funny. I see the desk he's talking about. It's the exact same desk that I've seen in several places where Take lives.
I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete worker. You got to have the right equipment and have your home station. But anyways, yeah, I think we're almost ready to rent this place out. I'd say a couple small touches. Nice job. Joey also built some like concrete side tables for our beds. Look really good. Air conditioning is working well. So
yeah, it's comfortable here.
Oh, big update. I don't know if we talked about this. New car license plate. Did we talk about that yet?
I thought I saw a thumbnail of a podcast that had 777 in it, but
well, spoiler alert. If not, we got the license plate 777 on our white minivan. So watch out, world. So Tama Base Camp's good. We're here this week for meetings. Unfortunately, I had to cut my month trip short, Joey, and we truncated a little bit just to punch out a couple things here. But excited to be here. What do we got on the plate today, Joey? Let's kind of reverse order it.
Well, why don't you talk about Sekisui, because I've actually had no hand in this.
We're talking to a renovation company, Sekisui House. We're not sure where that'll go, but one of our big things is as we help people through the buying process, the next question is like, how do we renovate the house? So that's something we're in Tokyo right now, just trying to figure out, like, how do we help people renovate these Akiyas? Because it's really damn hard, as we'll talk about our Beppu place in a little bit, but not easy. We have a podcast coming out with Kuhn, actually, one of the architects who talks about renovation too. So big problem. Don't know how we're going to solve it, but it is, I think, top of mind with our customers.
Yeah, one of the, I think, issues with Sekisui House is that, you know, they are a very big company in Japan, and we've heard rumors that they only like to work with Sekisui. The Sekisui House has been around for a long time, so, you know, there were Sekisui houses built in the 1950s, 60s, whatever. And in terms of renovation, they only renovate Sekisui houses, and they only build, you know, Sekisui houses. So might be a stretch to convince them to help foreigners renovate any random house that they purchased in Japan, but that hopefully we'll get a discussion going today.
Yep. And after that, we are gunning it to our new deal. We found an off-market deal in Miyoko ski country. Yoshi, our Akiyamart direct agent, kind of reached out to us and said, hey, any interest in Miyoko? This originally was priced, I think, at like 20,000 US dollars, Joey, or maybe 50, might have been closer to 10,000. But we channeled our inner Keaton, went with the whole him, and this is true. Like me and my fiance want a ski house. We want to be out, spend some time here, and lowballed an offer. I lowballed, I think, like Hach, how much? Hachijima?
800,000.
800,000, which translates to like $5,000. And I was like, oh, that's spicy. And I was like, Yoshi, hey, I don't want to offend you, but just this is what I can afford. And it's truthful. We don't have a lot of capital right now. So to our surprise, he came back maybe like a couple of days later and said the seller has agreed to 500,000, which is $3,500. So air horns to that one, Joey. We're driving up today. It's about a 4-hour drive from Tokyo. We got our credit card, our ETC card, so we're all ready for the road. Joey, tell us about the property a little bit.
Yeah, I think it sounds like there's two reasons why Yoshi was able to. I think it was initially so it's off market, so it wasn't listed anywhere. But I think he initially approached us with the property. I thought it was 1.5 million. Maybe it was closer to 2 million yen, and which is 1.5 million. That's like $10,000. Maybe it was like $15,000. 2 million.
Yeah.
Anyways, he initially approached us with that. Two reasons why I think that he came back and he was like, "Hey, the seller agreed to 500,000 yen." Asking price is that first off, I think there's like the bank repossessed this house or something. I don't understand the specifics, and we talked to Yoshi about it yesterday. He didn't fully understand the specifics either, or maybe he had difficulty communicating that to us. But long story short, there's some lawyer that's in charge of selling this house on behalf of the owner, and I think that the lawyer is just trying to get rid of it. Something about the house being repossessed. And the second reason, which might be the bigger reason, is that it is right next to a graveyard, cemetery, and potentially even the border, like the boundaries of the house, a little bit vague. Maybe there's a grave on the property, maybe not, but very unlucky, not good for a lot of Japanese buyers. They just won't consider this property at all. So I think those two reasons combined is why the lawyer in charge of selling the property, he just wants to get rid of it.
Yeah, the place is so Miyoko. Just for context, we've done about 300 consultations this year so far, and I think Miyoko, Nagano, Niigata kind of area. This is very very well known for its good snow. I think Miyoko is really well known for its like backcountry skiing. I met someone out in Palo Alto who's loves Miyoko and was like, "Wow, you found this deal." And we're not. I think the graveyard next to it is like a little bit of a yellow flag, but we could definitely get the exorcism people to come by and bless the place. We talked to Eric recently; he was doing that. So there's also a shrine right next to the graveyard, which we didn't mention. But this house looks pretty good. We have some photos on the inside, so we will be potentially buying it with everything in it.
This will be the first property with a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in it tomorrow. Not sure we should wear a mask. I don't know. Yoshi doesn't know how long the person hasn't lived there. It seems like it's a 1970s, 1980s kind of looking building.
There's no key for the front door. We have to go in like the side or something.
Yeah, and we reached out actually to a guy on Instagram, Matt Guy. We're gonna be talking to him. He bought a property in Miyoko, I think, for $6,000. He's like a pretty big influencer, so looking forward to getting tips from him. But I think we're scoring on this, honestly.
All signs seem to be pointing in that direction. Like a lot of people we've talked to seem to have been watching the market in Miyoko for a while. And they're all like, how did you get this deal?
Yeah. One thing we're here in Japan is also to try to figure out how do we channel some of these off-market deals. That's the question we've asked to a lot of agents. We don't quite know, but I think just being in the game, and I say we give this advice to a lot of people. Your first property you buy in Japan, especially as a foreigner remotely, isn't going to be a smash out of the park A plus. It's realistically probably going to be a B minus kind of deal, but it gets you in the game. And I think had we not bought Jisoji Lux, our place down in Beppu, we wouldn't be here.
Speaking of off-market deals, Yoshi approached us with one in Mie Prefecture, Ise, pretty famous area of Japan. It's not on a beach, but it's right on the water. I think it was 150,000 US.
Yeah, we can send photos. Hit us up if you're interested. It's definitely out of our budget. But going back to the Miyoko deal, I think we're going to buy it. We don't have the capital to renovate it. we talked to Yoshi about like how do we get the stuff out, and he was like, you could probably hire a company for $2,000 to $3,000, which is the price of the property to get everything out. But we do think that this land is valuable. It's about 10 minutes away from most of the main ski resorts in Miyoko. Very good location, minus the graveyard, but F it, dude. We got a 777 license plate. We can get the place blessed. Quite bullish and excited to maybe land this property.
What's going on with Kitakyushu?
Okay, so as some of you guys have been following, we are in the process of buying another $3,500 property in Kitakyushu. We call it 20 for now, but as you may have known, we have been working with this guy, Keaton. Unfortunately, Keaton is sick and has to drop out of this deal. So we wish him the best, but also honestly a little bit worried. We're closing on the property, I think tomorrow. We're supposed to send the money over. And I think we're definitely going to get this property, but we are going to be kind of left hanging a little bit. He did talk to the renovation company, so I think we're set there. And but renting the property,
Yeah, the deal, yeah. I mean, everyone I talked to in real life thought we were getting scammed here. The deal was, we paid Keaton some money, and in return, he was going to set up figure out the renovation for us, which he did,
yeah,
and also figure out the property management of it. So he would be talking to a guarantor company for us that would find tenants and get the tenants in there. But I don't think that's going to happen anymore, given that he needs to do his own thing for a bit for his own health. And so, yeah, we're left on our own to figure that out a little bit. Maybe the real estate agent we're working with, Nakano-san, can help us out there. But, maybe half. I don't think it was a scam. I think it was just unfortunate
bad timing.
bad timing. But
Yeah.
we are left holding the bag a little bit.
Yeah. So gonna give benefit of doubt, wishing the best to Keaton, but luckily I do think we are armed with the right tools to make this push this over the finish line. So we are gonna be doing a quick drive down, not a quick drive, pretty long drive down to Kitakyushu. We're gonna check out the property next week. We're gonna probably grab some beers with Nakano-san just to he's gonna be our man at this point. Unfortunately, he has no English language, I would say. So it'll be a lot of we've been doing okay on ChatGPT, WhatsApp, but
Gambarimasho.
yeah, ganbarimasu. So Kitakyushu is still on $3,500. Renovation should be costing, I think, another 2,000 ish, and hopefully we get a tenant in soon. But less than ideal. I thought Keaton was going to bring us all the way through, and we're going to learn a lot. But we'll say at least we used Keaton's strategy to get this Miyoko property down price. So
We did learn, yeah.
we did learn, I think, a good amount. So thank you, Keaton Sensei. Wishing you the best, but Joey, let's talk about the spiciest property of all, our Jisoji Lux, which is what we call our Beppu property. We are also going down there a couple days from now. What is the current situation?
Spiciest, the most cash out of pocket property for us. Just for those listening, we're about like 80,000 into it at this point, around there.
Yeah.
60,000, 80,000.
I think close to 80,000.
Okay, yeah. So some drama has
Dun, dun, dun.
happened recently. So we're very close to the end. Renovation should be finished. We saw a lot of cool photos. It looks really good. The Arima onsen style flooring and wallpaper. We basically copied this really nice hotel we stayed at near Kobe. Sato-san did a great job. The 3-meter long table, horikotatsu table, looks great. Shower room, not so great, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. Anyways, to the drama. So things are looking good. Took about a year when we were initially promised like 3 months, but we're very close to the end, if not at the end. And we heard Fumi, our friend, texted us that Sato-san had been arrested. He was, just released out of jail around the time she texted us, and she said that Sato-san needs cash. So we don't have the full story yet. Sounds like Fumi is going to tell us in person, but here's my understanding of what happened. Sato-san he had 2 jobs at the same time. So he was working on our house and he was working on another client's house. He's just one guy. He's like a single guy, carpenter, no team, which I kind of think is his downfall here. And it was just more than he could do all at once. He started working with us first. And then he took on this other job. Probably he needed the money. And both jobs were going slow. And I think at one point we talked to Fumi about this, and she talked to Sato-san, and Sato-san was like, "Yes, yes, I'm sorry. I admit it's going very slow. I will prioritize you guys, and let's get it
Special isogi. That's what he said, right?
special isogi. Let's get like special rush. Like let's get it done. Let's get this house over the finish line." So that seems like what he did, and the other clients got upset, or it wasn't. It sounds like he didn't communicate very well with the other clients what was happening, and they got him arrested somehow. They sued him. I'm not exactly sure. They got him arrested. There's a little bit more drama in it because his ex-wife comes into the picture as well. So I knew that he had gotten a divorce at some point before he started working with us. And he was like, told me he was a little stressed about that. But it also seems that somehow she was able to clean out his bank accounts. I don't know enough about that. I don't know if he was arrested because of something that his ex wife did or something that these other clients did. But, anyways, Fumi said he was in jail for a little bit, got out, came back to finish our property, and told us that he needs to be paid in cash now. Something about owing other people money. He's going to file for bankruptcy. So he'd rather have cash so that he can support himself and live, because I think he fears that if we were to deposit money into his bank account, some authority would be able to take that money from him.
Feels pretty fishy, Joey. But I think it is what it is. Thankfully, our house is done. I just got a text from Fumi. Actually, she's scheduling the cleaning for the 8th, so it's coming up pretty good. So house is done. We need to figure out the payment. It's impossible for us to just pay him in cash. Like, I don't think we have the withdrawal amount, or like, so we're gonna have a hard conversation. I think it's also inappropriate for us to pay. This doesn't feel legit, I'd say, and I'd say we will have a hard conversation with him. We're going to go through the place too, do a spot check. Pro tip: Kuhn, one of the architects that we talked to, releasing podcast, he said to go through before the final walkthrough is going to be important. We're going to tag some things. He obviously did things, I think, quite well, but things will be missing. So we will keep you posted here. I do want to also give Sato-san benefit of the doubt. It sounds like a tough situation, but from a business perspective, this isn't appropriate for us to pay him in cash. I think we have to figure out, like how do we recoup, from a tax perspective? How do we tell, this is renovation cost, this is capital we put in, when claiming that as a deduction on taxes? Is that something we need to be cognizant of? He did give us an invoice though, right? Okay. So spicy stuff. I'm pumped though. I think Beppu looks really good.
I think it looks great.
Looks really, really good. The black tatami looks sleek.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
I think Sato-san could benefit from, like, I don't know, thinking about what he does a little bit more of as a business. Hire somebody to make these jobs go faster, because he did a good job. I think that's just where his skill set is lacking, is running his own business.
So high level, place is done. Shower's really rough. The concrete custom image, in retrospect, Jerry, we should have just gone with the shower unit, right? Maybe.
Disagree. No, I think okay. So we wanted to do, like, I don't know, some sort of brutalist looking concrete shower, maybe some green plant in there, a little bit of wood, something like that. But it ended up not looking like that. It kind of looks like someone like slapped clay on the walls,
shiny, rubbery kind of look.
Yeah.
It could be the lighting, but let's see it in person.
We'll wait till we see it in person. But I liked your idea of just slapping shower tiles in there, or like hinoki wood. We'll figure it out when we get there. But yeah, shower is not looking great. I don't want to shower. No. I mean, it looks better than our old bathroom, hopefully.
Our old bathroom was pretty bad though, but at least we have 2 functional toilets. Again, it's been a freaking journey. A year. So we got keys a year ago. I think we really have been in the renovation process for about 8 months, sunk in a lot of money. We give this advice too, like, if your budget allows, instead of budgeting for renovation, maybe just buy something already done, or like for the post renovation purchase price.
Yeah, a few other things in the works, as we mentioned earlier. Sekisui, maybe something comes of that. Also, partnering potentially with another client that we helped purchase, American guy from Minnesota, might be starting up a renovation company in Japan as well. So English speaking, something could come of that, which is exciting as well. So hopefully we'll have some more renovation leads for people in the future.
All right, we have 4 properties in play now. So again, Tama, which is in Tokyo, which is pretty much done. Beppu, which is down in Kyushu. We have this Kitakyushu property we're checking out, and very lastly, we have this Miyoko property we're checking out in a couple hours. Joey, what are we calling the Miyoko property? Are we just going to let it hit us when we
I
drive
think
up?
let it hit us. I don't think we did the best with KK20 naming it.
Well, we're going to rename. I think we have to see the property first before we name it.
Casa de Miyoko.
Casa de Miyoko. Do we go in? So we're arriving at nighttime. Do we go look? Yoshi gave us a
Oh, pull
key.
the J Lux.
Do we rock up?
We have
at
the camera
night?
now.
There's a graveyard. It's gonna be like Luigi's Mansion, but didn't bring any sage.
Maybe we do try that. That's one of our regrets, that the Jisoji Lux property. We don't have any pictures or anything from the very first night scene.
Okay. Well, anyways, exciting stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff, Joey. I'm gonna outro us out now.
Hold on. Last thing I
Okay.
wanted to mention is the way to get a Japanese phone number. Go to mobile.com, mobal.com. Very easy. You just buy a SIM card through them, pick it up at Narita Haneda Airport, follow their pretty simple instructions, and you can get a Japanese number. Why this is important is because every single delivery that you need in Japan, whether you're buying from Nike.com or Nitori or whatever, requires a Japanese phone number. I went to Docomo, AU Shop, so many different shops, and they all require Zaidu cards, so some sort of immigration status in Japan. Mobile's the only way I figured it out. So if you need a Japanese phone number, mobile.com.
Oh yeah, and the very last plug, there's a Japan Real Estate Summit conference this Saturday that we're going to be speaking at. So if you haven't bought your tickets, go ahead and check. We'll link it in our show notes. And other than that, Joey, I am excited for this road trip.